The most important things in life are not spectacular. The most important things in life are kind of quiet and gentle and repetitive, even boring. I often mention like the prayer is like our heart, you know, dum 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 dum. It just keeps us alive. When my heart gets interesting, I'm having a heart attack. So, Lord, give me a boring heart. Lord, let me never notice it. And that's the way it is with prayer. You know, there's a famous St. Teresa of Avila, lived about, 400 or 500 years ago. And, you know, she did have these wild experiences. She'd be lifting off in prayer, and they say she would, you know, be lifting off the ground, have to hook her feet under the knee or behind so she didn't hit the ceiling. It's not a problem most of us have. But, although when I pray, you have to put on the lead boots and the helmet, the whole bit, you know. But when somebody asked Teresa of Avila, how can I have this fabulous prayer life? She said, well, first, let's do the dishes. Prayer is very simple.
The church is going through a dark period. The church is under fire, it's under attack. The Catholic story is being told, but being told by the wrong people in the wrong way. We need to tell our own story. We need to get the message out so as to draw people in. Catholicism is smart, Catholicism is beautiful, Catholicism is colorful, it's textured, it engages the mind and the heart and the body. Christianity always has an explosive power. If we let it be itself, it always has this transformative power. How do you find joy? The sure sign that God is alive in you is joy. I've come that you might have life and have it to the full. That's what Jesus said. Catholicism at its heart is not a no, it's a yes. In fact, it's the story of the whole world. It's your story.
Shines for all to see. Your name is victory. All praise will rise to Christ our King.
Renee Bondy is a wife, a mom, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a friend, but probably most importantly, a daughter of the King. I don't want to be anything else.
Fortunately for thousands, Renee Bondy is more. She's an inspirational speaker and singer. Renee is also a quadriplegic. A fall in her home left her paralyzed from the chest down. Now everything she does requires the help of a caregiver.
Traveling is hard. It's also hard at times emotionally or even mentally. And I would say emotionally, it's caring for someone who, when I do a particular task for her, and I know that she would rather be doing those tasks, that's a little tough. That's tough emotionally. Being her hands and feet when I know that she would rather have her hands and feet move and do the things that I do.
It's the constant give and take between Renee and her caregivers that allows her to minister to others.
The doctors said that I would never sing again. Now that the Lord's allowing me to sing again, now that it's returned, it is so exciting because I know he knows exactly what was going to change me around and turn me around. He knew that if I could sing again, that I would be Renee again.
Now, what does believe mean in Jesus' mind when he says, believe on me? That we are saved by believing on Christ. Well, let me tell you a story. There was a man who one time was going across the Niagara Falls on a tightrope. And they announced it in the news long beforehand so that everyone would come. And they got the guy on the tightrope. And he got up and he went on the microphone, I'm going to go on the tightrope now across the Niagara Falls from the United States to Canada. I just want to have a show of hands here. How many think I can really do it? And everybody raises their hands and says, we believe you could do it. Okay, here I go. He starts across the tightrope. It's windy. He struggles. They're catching their breath over there. Finally, after an hour, he arrives at the other side. Everybody goes, phew. We all catch our breath. Okay, he says, now I'm going to go back across the tightrope. But this time I'm going across with blindfolds over my eyes so I can't see a thing. How many of you believe I can still do it? Louder than ever. We believe you can do it. He goes across the tightrope, barely balancing, can't see the wind's blowing, can't see where his foot's going to go down. Finally gets to the other side again. Everybody now is really exhausted. Catch their breath. Whew, he made it. Okay, show's over. Guys, no, one more. He says, I still want to try one more thing. I'm going to go back across the tightrope again. And this time I'm going to have the blindfolds on my eyes. But I'm going to, in addition, I'm going to go across with a man on my back. How many believe I can do it? We believe you can do it. More than ever. Oh, they cheer. We believe. They chant it. And then the man asked for a volunteer. And nobody volunteered. Did they really believe he could do it? This is biblical belief. Biblical faith is the kind where you put your life on the line, where you believe in Jesus Christ, not just in a mental capacity, but where you believe him enough to obey him, where you believe him enough to die for him, to get on his back and let him carry you across eternity, even if it means you have to deny your own life and lose it.
I'm very happy to be able to announce formally today that Mary's Meals is now feeding 1 million children every day. In fact, to be precise, 1,035,637 children are now benefiting from Mary's Meals all over the world.
It's just amazing to think that over 1 million children are going to eat Mary's Meals today around the world. What you've achieved is incredible, and you know, just on behalf of each one of those children, I want to thank you with all my heart for what you've done, for being part of this mission of ours. And you know, while it's a time, I think, for all of us to celebrate and to give thanks, you know, let's go forward too. Let's not forget how many more children are still waiting. You know, I think in some ways our work has only just begun. So, you know, let's keep going until there's no children going a day without food. There's no children missing school because of hunger. Thank you.
My name is Jimmy Belab, and I'm from Haiti. I am one of the million children that Mary's Meals supported. Like, everything that happened in my life was because of that meal in my school. When you're hungry, you always, all you want to do is try to find food to eat. You know, you were not in a position where you would think about, I want to be a musician. When I was a child, I had no future. And now I am the principal of a high school, in the high school that I used to go. I can't stop talking about Melrose Mills everywhere I go. C'est pas toute bagaille ou qu'on fait pour nous expliquer. C'est pas tout ça ou fait tout qui mérite pour cacher. C'est pas tout ça autant de en créole ou comprendre vrai. Dans l'histoire pas m'nan pas faire secret moi pral parler. Pas contre comment faire pour bailler sac nan mais on l'en plaisir. S'ils sont garçons même genre avec ni s'ils sont filles. Pas m'nan gon titre ou mes graines même pour m'bal plaisir. Pas doué gen son long c'est celle j'en préserver pour lui. Pas grand pile pour elle, si se branche seulement devant tout. Bon j'en roule les petits points de poule, bon yon son qui coule. Les maps moyen yon même en balle, yon même en coule. Pas qu'à mettre men en poche, faut le droit nan devant tout. Matin avant m'laver, j'aime douette nan devant tout. Petit pas nan manger map, douette nan devant tout. Assoin pas nan dormi map, douette nan devant tout. Douette nan devant tout, douette jamais fatigué.
I stumbled across porn at the age of 8. I was playing out the back of a relative's house. My mum kicked us out of the house, my brother and I. She would do that from time to time when she got fed up with us. She would literally lock us outside. Go and play, go on. At the time, I'm like, this is child abuse. Now I have 4 children. This is survival. So we would run around the back of the house and we would play something we called Dirt Ronnie Wars. Now a Dirt Ronnie is, we had this red dirt in Australia that was talcum powder fine. If you clump it together, it makes like a snowball. Same mechanics are at play. The harder you pack it, the harder it hits and hopefully he bleeds. And so we would run around and we would do this game, and at one particular point I was running away from my brother and I ran into the shed. And there was a wooden trunk in the corner and I opened it up and I rummaged around and there it was. A glossy centerfold of a completely naked woman looking at me. Hello. You're friendly. I had 2 feelings. One, awe, or wonder, something, and also something like shame. Wonder because, as Jason Everett has said, well, at least from my point of view, there may be nothing, is nothing on the earth as beautiful as the female body. Sorry. No, I'm not. People don't usually get addicted to looking at pictures of flamingos. Right? No one gets addicted. I mean, we may have watched the double rainbow thing a few times, but no one is confessing it. Like, no one's like, it's becoming a problem! What does this mean? It's so beautiful, I can't help myself. Yeah.
You are the potter, we are the clay. You are the shepherd guiding the way. You are the star that brightens our night, leading us home, leading us home. Lord, we belong to you alone. Knowing your voice, we are your own. When we wander far, as close as our breath you are. For you are the potter, we are the clay. You are the shepherd guiding the way. You are the star that brightens our night,